All right, we are live on another edition of the Edlow Podcast. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I have the one and only Butterbean, Eric Esch. Do I call you Mr. Bean? What do I call you?
Well, Bean, my friends call me Bean. That's fine, or Butterbean, either way.
All right, well, Bean, I'm glad to have you here. I'm so excited about this. I told my brother, I was like, "You're not gonna believe who's coming on the podcast," and he's like, "You got to talk to him about that old Sega Toughman contest video game because we used to play that when we were kids all the time, and you were the main boss. You were like the Mike Tyson's Punch Out of Toughman contest, and we just
Yes, sir. That was my first game ever.
yeah, yeah. Have you been on any other games? Like, I know you
Oh, a
kind of
lot. I'm in a lot. Yeah.
you do a lot of surprise appearances and stuff like the old WWE games. You do some of those too, huh?
Right. Some I didn't even know about. I mean, like, it's insane. There's a new game out called what's the name of that game? Like, The Contender?
Oh yeah, the new boxing game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's out. There haven't been a box game in probably 10 or 15 years. It's really a good game.
yeah, fun.
That's one of the
That's
first fighters to sign up for it.
nice, nice. That's awesome. So, we know so a lot for those of you so for the kids who may not know who like how you got started. Let's start from the beginning. You really burst onto the scene fighting in tough man contests. How in the world did you even get into tough man contests?
Well, I worked at a mobile home factory where we built like trailers for housing.
Mhm.
And there's a local guy in there named Donnie Dodd fought the lightweight division. And I mean, he always won, come back $1,000. We're making this been forever ago. So I mean, $250 may seem like not much money. Back
Yeah.
then it was like a week's worth of hard work.
Right, right.
And that, if we made 275, you're looking at overtime involved.
Right.
So they all dared me to get into it.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Yeah, I mean," then they said, "There's $1,000 if you win." That got me right there. I mean, yeah, I could use that.
So let me ask
So
though,
that's where it come from.
so let me ask though, did people know you as a fighter before that? Like, were you getting in a lot of, like, fights as a kid?
No, I
Really?
was bullied as a kid. I didn't like fighting. I mean, when I fought, it really wasn't like a fighting because I was anger. It was a sport.
Mm. Really, even
I
from the
was,
beginning?
yeah, even from the beginning, I was a big, strong kid. I mean,
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah. So now you mentioned you were bullied in school. What like, how did people pick on you? Was it because you were heavier or what?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a big kid and you
Yeah.
had real long hair. I mean, it's like my mother was killed in a car wreck when I was young.
Oh, wow.
She was injured when I was probably 2 or 3, and she was in the hospital for about 10 years.
Wow.
So I really never knew her, so I was raised by my brothers and sisters, and, like, I wasn't the smartest kid.
Mm,
I mean, when I graduated, I could barely read.
really?
I mean, like, I had dyslexia real bad. My father had it.
Mm,
Uh, but I we was the first year that you had to pass an exit exam.
mm.
And I barely passed it, the English part. The math and all that, I whizzed through it. I have my own little way of doing math, but I'm really good at it.
Yeah, okay.
But the English part of it, I really struggled. I had to take it twice. You're allowed to take it 3 times, and they won't. Then you fail.
Mm,
But I passed after the second time, or I failed twice, but I passed the third time.
okay.
Uh, Barely.
Barely, yeah.
And but when you're fighting, contracts are a big thing, and I didn't have a manager right off the bat.
Mm.
So I was having to do big contracts on my own. Then when you do get a manager, you kind of want to look over the contract. So that's why I learned how to read and write really good.
Yeah, yeah, right.
When you
So
have to use it like to survive and as a business, you learn quick.
yeah. Now, going back to the school, when you were bullied so I'll just tell you my story a little bit. I'm a bigger guy, I'm 6'7", you can't really tell on here, but I'm a big guy, and when I was 6 foot tall in 6th grade, but I was a heavier kid, and I wasn't really coordinated, so people would pick on me, and I remember sitting there thinking I think it was my sophomore year, someone reminded me, they're like, "You're the biggest guy in the school, I don't understand why you take all this," And so I got in one little scuffle and that was the end. Did you have anything like that in high school, or did you just kinda the nice guy?
No, I've gotten a couple, I had a couple fights in high school. Like one time, I had like a spell. I was in a fight like 3 to 4 times a week.
Mm,
And the principal, like, said, "If you get another fight, I'm gonna kick you out of school. You're gonna have to go to some alternative type school." Back then, we didn't really have alternative schools
right,
like they
right.
do now.
Mhm.
So this kid come up to me, started hitting me. So I just grabbed him up, threw him on my shoulders, took him to the office, and left him there. So I didn't get in trouble after that. Kids pretty much left me alone, but they still picked on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny, after that, nobody ever really messed with me again. I mean, I had friends that would razz me, like we did back then, but that was about it.
But
So
that's
y
more of a friendship type, good humor type stuff.
right,
Kids are
exactly.
mean. I mean, adults are even mean. I mean, like, the first thing I hear now, like, if an adult, like, somebody's overweight, that's the first thing comes out, "You're a fat ass," or "You're this," or "You're that."
Mhm.
I don't understand people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing, like, you strike me just in the first 5 minutes of talking to you, you just seem like the nicest guy in the world, and yet I would never expect, if I didn't know who you were, I would never expect you to just go out there and become the king of the 4 rounders and fight in MMA and K1 and do all these different things. So, you get into tough man contests, how quick was it before all the agents came crawling at you thinking they were gonna make money off you?
You know, it took a while.
Mhm.
I fought in a couple tough men, then I fought in what they call the world tough man, which the guy that it's kind of a story that he had like 5 or 6 other promoters. His name's Art Door. He's passed away now. He was my manager for a while. And one of his guys come back, "You're not gonna believe this big dude from Alabama. This fat guy from Alabama just dominated, knocking people out left and right." And it got to the point to where when I did sign up, I got smart. I would go to the promoter and say, "Look, if you pay me now, give me an extra $500, I'll come and I'll sign up, do some TV stuff and like help you promote the fight." And they never would. So I never would sign up to the last minute.
Mhm.
I just, and then the last time it happened, when I signed up, there was like 32 heavyweights.
Mm.
Every one of them dropped out but one.
Really? They hurt
That's
they
when they kicked me out of Toughman, and Tyson was making a big spill. I go, "I'd love to fight Tyson."
mm,
You know, Back then I probably would've got demolished because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just throwing big punches. I knew I had power,
mhm.
but it takes more than power. It takes a little bit of knowledge and, the mind game of it.
Yeah, so
But now I believe I would destroy Tyson just because he can't take a punch for one,
mm.
and he would come there to fight. He'd try to stand toe and toe and fight.
So wait a minute, are you telling me that you wanna fight Mike Tyson now?
I would love to fight Tyson now.
Really?
I mean, I had a bad spill with my health a while back. I had real bad hips,
Mhm.
and I got injured at the airport, and I couldn't walk for like 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
I was actually in a wheelchair. I don't know if you've seen my comeback story with DDP or not,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I
but,
saw it.
yeah, I was in really bad shape. I mean, but now that I'm healthy, I mean, I would love to fight Tyson right now. I mean, like, we're both about the same age, but I would destroy him. Mike can't take a punch. He's been knocked out 4 or 5 times, and by people I've knocked out, they've knocked out people that have knocked him out.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy named Louis Monaco I fought, and I destroyed him. I mean, I made him look really bad.
Mhm.
He fought Kevin McBride, which knocked out Tyson. He knocked out McBride. He
Right.
knocked out Buster Douglas even.
Wow. Wait
That's
a minute.
2 people have knocked out Tyson. Not saying that has any bearing on the sport at all,
Mhm.
but Tyson just he can't take a punch, and I hit hard.
Yeah. Now, how quick, so you get into the I remember hearing about you like, from Tough Man contests, and then I remember watching a Tuesday Night Fights on ESPN where I think what something happened where a fight ended early, and they were like, "We're gonna actually get to see Butterbean fight his first professional fight, like, TV fight," and I was like, "Oh my gosh," and I saw you fight, and I was just so enamored. How long did it take you to become like a household name in the sport?
Really quick, faster than normal.
Yeah,
My 2nd pro fight was on Tommy Hearn's undercard,
right,
which
right,
is unheard of. Is to go from fighting to being on TV. Normally have 10 or 15 fights, at least an amateur career.
right.
I was very fortunate because I was exciting to watch. I went out there to fight.
Yeah.
I didn't go out typical tap gloves and dance and hug and smooch them on the cheek and try to find out their strategy. I went out throwing bombs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people want to see that. They want to see two guys fighting. When they go to a fight, if you ever notice there's a fight in the crowd, everybody will go to that because it's a real fight.
Right.
And that was me in the ring.
Yeah. So now, going through, let's talk. You said when you went to Toughman contest, you didn't really know what you're doing. You're just throwing bombs, and then you became a professional fighter. Did you have a trainer that helped you kind of get ready to actually take professional fights, or were you just kind of learning on the job?
No, I mean, I actually had a trainer when I did turn pro, but I got a trainer because I fought Tough Man for about 6 years.
Mhm, mhm,
I fought it for a long time, so I actually got trainers during that time to get me kinda knowing what I was doing, where
mhm,
it wasn't just all throwing bombs.
mhm,
And then when I did turn pro, a guy named Murray Sutherland, which he fought Tommy Hearns, Michael Spinks. I mean, he fought everybody. He was legit. I mean, like cruiserweight, held the world title. He was the first IBF super middleweight title holder.
mm. Wow. So now, Tough Man Contest, I'm trying to remember the chronology here because I know Tough Man Contest, if I feel like it came out before the UFC. Do you
Oh,
think
without a
that
doubt. It's been
Yeah.
around forever, even back during the circus days, but our door kind of give it the rules and the meaning. The 3 1 minute rounds. So you got fast rounds. You had a minute in between the rounds.
Mhm.
And you wore 16-ounce gloves. Back when I fought, you didn't have to wear headgear. Sorry about
Mhm.
that. My
That's alright, that's
phone's
alright.
moving on me. You didn't have to wear headgear, but then they made it mandatory. You had to wear headgear.
Mm, mhm. So, now, you make the jump well, you're still kind of fighting boxing and doing those things, but also you did a stint in Pride. Isn't that right? You went and
Well,
fought
that was
fought
after boxing, pretty much.
Okay, alright.
I met a guy. There's a guy named Mark Coleman, which fought Pride and UFC, and like really good fighter, really good guy. And I knew him briefly. I met him at the airport, and I'm like, I'd like to try that sometime because I thought it was all fake.
Mm.
How do you take two grown men and let them pretty much do anything you want and somebody not be dead?
Right, right.
Like, 'cause I know if I got loose on somebody, but it happens. I mean, it's like they let you go at it. It's like, especially in Japan, it's really crazy.
Mhm.
Our My first real meeting, I looked at my trainer, I go, "It's got real." Because he's like, "If they go to the ground, kick them in the head like it's a soccer ball." The rules in Japan are a lot different than what they are here in the US.
Right.
And I look at my trainer, I go, "This got real now." So, I mean, then I knocked out my first guy I fought in K1 before I turned to Pride, and it was just it's an adrenaline rush. I mean, it's hard to explain that people telling you you can't do it, and you go in there and do it, and then you achieve more than anybody expected. It's kind of just a great feeling.
Yeah. So, when you're going into these fights, I mean, because it's wild to think that you came from virtually no training to fighting in Tough Man and kickboxing and MMA and do a couple of matches in pro wrestling with virtually no most guys are training for years to do this stuff, and you're just kinda going by the seat of your pants. Were you ever was there anyone that you fought that you were afraid of?
Now, the worst thing to do is kill you. I mean, I understand that in the fight, if you got that mentality, I mean, they can't hurt you. I mean, that's just the worst they can do is kill you. I'm a
I mean,
God fearing
doesn't
man. I'm not afraid to die.
I was gonna
So, I
ask you,
mean,
like, that doesn't kind of at least give you a little pause before you meet somebody? Like,
yeah,
this
fighters
person's cool.
ain't always in most normal people in the world. You'll find out
I know, I know. I did
we're a breed of our own. I mean, it's like we don't worry about getting hurt. I
Yeah,
mean, I've had so many injuries in the fight game. I've detached my biceps and still fought. I
wow.
mean, when you rip your muscle off your bone and you're still using it, I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, that's crazy.
we're not right. We're not right in the head, I'm telling you.
So it's funny, my podcast, I do a lot of pro wrestlers. I do independent pro wrestling here in Sacramento and in the Northern California area, and so people ask me why I do so many pro wrestlers and stuff. I'm like, "Because they're just so interesting, they're fascinating people because 'cause they're just so different." You just
Oh, without a doubt.
just wired differently, you know? And
Well,
so
it's about, because I wrestled also. I mean, I don't know if you know, I was in WrestleMania,
oh,
which
yeah.
was a
Oh, yeah.
real fight, though, which was a
Yeah.
real fight. But I've done other wrestling shows with them, other pay-per-views. Like, I stole Sable from Mark Miro, and, like,
Yeah.
guys would kill to have that position where they were coming to me, wanting me to do it, and me and Vince become good friends.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, people didn't realize it. Like, when I was at a show, they'd go, "How do you know him?" "I don't know, we just met." I think because as a regular guy, not a wrestler trying to get something from him, we
Mhm.
related more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we stand at, like, shows and have 30, 45-minute conversations, like normal stuff. Like, me and Jay Leno, we hit it off.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
we didn't talk about the sport or nothing about the fight game or wrestling, we just talked.
Yeah. So, let's talk about your WrestleMania match, your Brawl for All match. At what point did you even know the Brawl for All was going on? At what point did they book you to be the main event at WrestleMania, or do you know?
Well, I'd done other wrestling prior to that, so I knew kinda like storylines and what was going on,
Mhm.
just because they still owed me a wrestling event, and I was still under contract with them. When
Okay.
Tyson got out of jail, I was supposed to be on that event,
Mm.
but they knew I'd been harassing him about wanting to fight, so they didn't want us in the same building, even though it wasn't like we were more friends than, like, actually enemies.
You and Tyson?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. But it
I don't like fighting people I don't like.
okay.
If I honestly dislike them, I don't wanna fight them.
Really? Why not?
Okay, what would you rather do? Would you rather lose $100,000 or me punch you in the nose?
Would I rather lose $100,000 and get punched in the nose? I'd rather get
Yeah,
punched in the nose.
exactly. So, them fighting me, they're gonna make money.
Okay.
They're gonna make a better payday than they normally would.
Ah, okay.
So, that's how I could, like, not like them, not have to hit them,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
I get more of a response out of it. They wanted to fight me, and I don't like them. I fought a couple people I didn't care for.
mhm.
Larry Holmes is one of them. I didn't like Larry, but they offered enough money to make me change my mind.
Right.
Now me and Larry are friends. And there was a guy named George Limburger that kept
Mhm,
harassing me, and showing up at fights and telling the media how I was avoiding him. I never even knew he wanted to fight me till it all come down to the very end of it. But I didn't care for the guy.
hmm, hmm.
And it was really embarrassing on him because it was a major pay-per-view on a double head undercard. And I knocked him out like 18 seconds into the match.
Jeez.
Like a really bad knockout.
Yeah, you had a bunch of those, and that happened so Brawl for All, you go to WrestleMania for the Brawl for All, and that lasted 34 seconds, you and Bart Gunn. Did you know Bart Gunn before that or anything?
No, I knew he was a big, strong guy. I mean, he was actual threat. I mean, like,
Mhm.
but for some reason, they took him to boxing trainers.
Mm,
Me and Bart are friends now. I really didn't know him before, but I know him a lot better now since
mhm,
we fought and we got mutual respect. He was a tough dude, let me tell you.
mhm, mhm.
I mean, if he'd have come out and fought me like he fought the other guys, he would have done a lot better.
Mm,
I
okay.
still would have knocked him out, I believe, but he would have done a whole lot better.
Yeah, 'cause so you're saying because he went and did actual boxing training, it almost hindered him because you're doing a tough man fight, not a
We're
box.
doing 3 1-minute. You can't box in 1-minute rounds. Just can't do it.
Right, okay, and why is that?
It's too short of a time.
Ah, okay.
I mean, a tough man will throw more punches than a regular boxer does in 3 minutes. They'll throw more punches in 1 minute
Mm,
than a fight will in 3 minutes,
got it.
3-minute rounds.
So do you think in tough man contest, if say someone like a professional boxer went to tough man contest, he'd have a harder time?
Oh, without a doubt,
Yeah, interesting.
because 'cause they're used to pace themselves, jabbing, just trying to use strategy, the chess match.
Mhm.
In tough man, there ain't no chess match. You throwing some punches trying to knock their head off.
Right, right, interesting. So the Brawl for All, I mean, did you study anything? Because I mean, Bart Gunn hadn't had any fights or nothing. I mean, he was just a pro wrestler. He hadn't really done anything like
He
that. He
just
had
hit hard and, like,
yeah,
went
and
at
just
him. Like, he had
yeah.
it. It was. I was looking forward to the fight because I knew he'd come to me to fight.
Mhm,
He wasn't gonna try to move and run and jab and move,
mhm,
and that's the fighters I had trouble with that would hit and move.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Man, because I remember you dropped him hard. I mean, you that punch you threw was vicious.
Well, the one that knocked him down prior to that, Vinny should never let him go. He was pretty much out on his feet when he got up.
Mm, mm,
But
m'kay.
yeah, I'm surprised I really didn't hurt him bad because it was a bad punch. I mean, it
Yeah.
was my kids come home from school crying, like kids were telling him, "Your dad killed that man." Hey,
Yeah,
I get people all the time asking me, "Was it a real fight or was it a wrestling type fight?" I said, "If you can turn your head all the way around, look behind you directly,
yeah,
and you tell me," because his head went all the way. I never seen nobody's head turn that far around.
yeah,
Maybe an
you
owl, but not a human.
yeah, that might have been one of the most perfect punches I've ever seen. You
It
hit
was
him
pretty
right on.
bad.
Yeah, so now was there ever, what who threw the hardest punch you've ever taken?
Ye I get that question all the time. You really don't know.
Mm,
It's not like I don't know about other people. I don't feel the pain. Like I feel the pain afterwards, a day or so after.
mhm,
You know, the stiffness. But it's
mhm,
like if you take a baseball bat and hit the ground as hard as you can with it, you feel the vibration, but
right,
it's really not a pain.
m'kay. So was there anybody who, when you were fighting him, uh well, let's put it this way, you walk into every single fight thinking you're gonna win. You that right, you're walking in
Right.
and you're going, "I'm gonna kill this guy." Was there ever a fight where there was some point where you went, "Oh, man, this is not working out for me?" Was there somebody who was just above your level, maybe in boxing?
Not really. I fought a guy, because I always believe the puncher's always got a chance. No matter what, no matter how he is on the scorecard, one punch from a heavyweight, like a true heavyweight, me, George Foreman, uh, somebody that can punch, always has that one punch time. Now I did get my bell rung one time, and I've
Mm.
heard the term forever, and I really never understood it until I got kicked in the head by cabbage.
Oh,
You actually hear bells ringing,
uh-huh.
and that's where the term I think, getting your bell rung, you're actually hearing a bell, like a hum.
Mm,
But, I still got up and they ended up stopping the fight because I got rung. I mean, like, but I never really was knocked out.
mm, wow. So, you rose to fame, like, really quickly, and that obviously changes somebody who at one point is building manufactured mobile homes and then all of a sudden is a household name. Were there were there parts of fame that you liked, and were there parts of fame that you didn't like?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you can't go nowhere. You get stopped all the time. Like if you're eating, I don't mind signing autographs, meeting people. When you're eating, trying to spend time with your family, and people will follow you around or sit down at the table with you, and you're like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a? Have you ever had an actor or something you really like watched them a lot? You almost felt like you know them,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that's how a lot of people do. They think they really know you, which they don't. It's kind of awkward feeling.
Yeah.
I've had them knock on the bathroom stall, like ask for autographs. Like that's not the right time.
Yeah, that's not the right time. Yeah. Well, the
Or if the first words out of their mouth is, "I know I shouldn't be doing this,"
yeah.
that's kind of a sign you shouldn't be doing it.
Right, right. And I know you have kids, was that kinda hard when, like, you were with your kids, trying to give them their time?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, like, instead of going places, we'd go, like, deep sea fishing.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm.
you don't get people snorkeling up to get autographs then, but,
Yeah.
the fans are part of it. I love them, and I take a lot of extra time a lot of other fighters don't do.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing, it's kind of a catch-22 because without those fans, you really wouldn't be where you are, right? But at the same time, you're still a person and you still have a family and you still deserve some level of privacy and,
Like Floyd Mayweather at the Olympics, he made the statement, he goes, "I've never had a real job. I've only known how to box. People that work are beneath him." And I mean, I was there when he said it. So I mean, I never really understood that.
mm, mhm,
I mean, if it wasn't for the people that pay tickets to watch me fight, I wouldn't be nothing. I mean, if you don't put butts in the seats, it don't matter how good you are. I mean, there's fighters out there like Chris Bird, which is one of the most talented fighters you've ever seen, but he fights amateur style. It's kind of boring.
yeah, yeah. That's what's so interesting, you know, especially in wrestling. I teach, you know, I'm kind of involved. I'm in my mid 40s now and been around for a long time. And so sometimes some of the younger guys will ask me questions about, you know, who the best wrestler is or what do I think about this or that. And I always tell them, I go, the best wrestler is the one that puts the most butts in the seats. The
Yeah.
guy, you know, it doesn't matter. You could do all the flips and all the stuff you want to do, but if you can't draw, then who cares? And that's the thing. I mean, you were a draw. That's why you went so you skyrocketed so fast is because you were putting butts in the seats. I mean, when you walked in, when I saw you the first time, it was almost like you couldn't look away. You're like, "Oh, man, this guy is legit." Almost like you were kinda like, the Tank Abbott before Tank Abbott, where, like, you would just light somebody up, and you knew when you came in, it was like it meant business, and you had that face, like, you're smiling now, but when you had that face when you're going in there and fighting, I was like, I would not wanna look at there's very few guys that I would be like, I would never wanna see that guy in a dark alley, and you were one of
Yeah,
them.
if I get mad, I mean, like, if I get to the point to where you can see you can, like, you feel it, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. No, it definitely does, I know what you mean. So tell me, is there kind of a I don't know if you call it a switch, but, like, when you're with your I'm getting there's a different level to Eric Esch and Butterbean, like, they're different people. I'm sure are you a little more calm and jovial in your personal life? How does that work?
I got a really quick temper, but I get over it really quick.
Okay.
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Might be the
No.
German blood, but I get mad really quick, but I
Uh-huh.
get over it just as fast.
Yeah, that's funny. I feel that. Like, sometimes when I'm like, my kids, they were a little sensitive when they were younger, and then they would go or hang around with me and my brother and my sisters and my parents, and they would see us and new people come in, and they think it's all, you know, brutal. We would, like, flash real quick, and then everybody's fine. I remember one
Yeah.
time I got in a fight with my brother, and I literally put him through the wall. And then 5 minutes later, we're hugging and saying, "It's all good, we're fine," and everybody was fine. You know what I mean? I totally get it. It's interesting how that works out.
Family's different than other people. Like,
Yeah.
I can control my temper better with other people that I really don't know
Mhm.
than with family
Yeah. Yeah.
because I care about them.
Right. Right. So tell me now, how was it being Butterbean at well, let me ask it a different way. When you were reaching the height of your fame, how old were your kids?
From 3 to what would you say, 10 live? 10, 12, 3 to 10 or 12.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah. So,
They got
tell
to
me
they got to experience a lot of stuff because I wouldn't take all of them at one time, and for a while, my wife didn't travel with me till we started having, like, problems because we was apart so much.
mhm,
So, her mother was having issues with her health and stuff like that. So, where she didn't have to work, I hired her as a full-time nanny.
mm, mhm,
You know, she'd watch kids for free, but that way she didn't have to work, and when we needed to go somewhere, we could go and knew the kids were in good hands. We'd try to take kids, on a trip somewhere with
yeah,
us.
mhm.
And a funny story with my daughter, she was 3 or 4th time and was on a big De La Hoya undercard and went out in the bleachers with her after the fight, and Mario Lopez come up, Saved by the Bell, do you know who he is?
Oh, yeah, I know Mario Lopez well, yeah.
And Mario goes, "Bean, who's the little princess?" And she looked at me with, like, the biggest surprise face. She goes, "How do you know my name?"
Yeah,
Because I always called her my little princess.
right.
So, yeah, it was like little funny things like that just stick with me.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny how those I was just thinking about that because my kids are all teenagers now. My oldest is on a church mission in Peru, and then my 3 other ones, I have a daughter that's a senior, a daughter that's well, she's gonna be a senior, and a daughter's gonna be a sophomore, and then an 8th grade boy. And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, "Man, the moments I remember, like, we take a lot of trips together and stuff like that, but the things I remember the most are just, like, watching a movie together, falling asleep on the couch, things like that.
They grow so fast.
They do. You have grandchildren now, right?
I have, 6. How many live? 10? 10. Yeah,
10 grandkids.
10
Wow.
grandkids. The oldest is 17.
Wow. So now Do they all live close or they live they're scattered?
They all live pretty close. Yeah, they're all close.
Oh, man, that's what I hope. You know, I want my kids all to go off and take on the world and all that, but I just hope they rest closely so that I can, I told my oldest recently, I said, "Okay, once a month, I'm gonna have a sleepover at grandpa's and all the kids from everybody can come and stay the night and everybody gets a break. They can all go off with their
Right.
spouses and they'll come off, fill them up with candy and send them back to you the next morning," and I just hope that that happens for me. How does it feel now accomplishing so much? How does it feel now to kinda look down there and see all those grandkids, and do they even know who you are? Do they even know all that?
They do, but it's kinda hard to explain. I mean, yeah, it's like I never really consider myself like I'm well known. I don't consider myself like famous,
Right.
but I guess I think they do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, it's really weird.
Yeah. Strange life. Do you ever
Yeah.
have, like, what they call imposter syndrome where you're like, I don't understand why everybody likes me." Do you ever do that? Like
I've had a lot of imposters I've had to deal with, like answering fan mail and stuff like that, and they're like, "Yeah, I met you a long time ago. It wasn't me." Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's really crazy how people will do that.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, do you ever kinda pinch yourself and go, "Man, like, I can't believe these people, like, know me," and you know what I mean? Like, I get that. So I'm an attorney, right? And I've been pretty successful, and I look around and I kinda sometimes go, "When are they gonna figure out that I'm really not that great at this?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You ever feel that way or
It's a crazy feeling, ain't it? I
Yeah.
mean, it just really is.
Yeah, it is.
Like I'm at a fight and the commissioner, Mark Ratner, was the commissioner of Vegas for a long time.
Mm,
He goes, "You ever met Michael Jordan?" I go, "Oh man, it'd be awesome." I mean, like as far as athletes go, he's probably one of the most, him, Muhammad Ali, they're all right there in that era.
yeah.
And Michael stood up and goes, "Hey, Butterbean, how are you doing?"
Oh,
And I'm
man.
like, "Wow, he knew my name. That's cool."
Yeah.
Like your head almost blows up because it's like it's crazy.
Michael Jordan knows who you are.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
That is. I mean, that's the thing. The coolest thing about you and why I was so excited to meet you is I love stories where just regular people do amazing things. You know what I
I think
mean?
that's why so many guys liked me.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing now, it's more the older grandmas that like are a lot of my fan base also. But a lot of the guys like they're the guys sitting eating hot dogs and chips and watching the fights on the couch,
Yeah.
and they're like, "He's one of us."
Yeah.
And I am. I'm not special. Like I don't feel that I'm no better than anybody else out there. I'm just doing something that's just unbelievably incredible.
Yeah, and so there's something about people like you, and I don't know if you even sometimes I ask people and they don't know what it is, but what do you think it was about you? I mean, when you hear what I've heard so far is, like, you were a heavier kid that was bullied, dyslexic, barely made it out of high school,
Oh, barely.
but you've done these amazing things and you've learned how to, promote shows and contracts, and you're doing all these other things. What is it about you, if you could boil it down to a trait, that made you successful when so many others weren't?
Being determined. Like, if you're determined to do something, you can accomplish anything if you believe in yourself.
Yeah,
Just like this last stint, I couldn't walk for 3 years.
yeah,
Physically impossible, but once I got a little bit of that back,
mhm,
the belief in myself again, I was able to do it.
yeah,
I mean, if you I don't know if you've seen the whole story with DDP, but it's like it's on Tubi right now. It's called Change or Die,
yeah.
and there was 5 of us on there, and, like, if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything in life.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let me ask you, because it strikes me basically what you just said is you had to get that confidence back. What do you think it was? So you were very confident for a long time, lost it for a little while. What was it that made you lose the confidence?
When you can't walk and you, like I mean, I went, like nobody knew if I was dead or alive for a while. I mean, I just went in hiding, like, I mean, got depressed and, like, a lot of people, a lot of actors, people don't know, but they do get depressed. I mean, you think they had everything to live for, but sometimes it's like I don't know what to I don't know how to explain it. Like, Robin Williams is a good example.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Robin Williams had everything in life you could imagine, but there was something that made him sad.
yeah, yeah. How do you combat that? Like, what was it that got you out of that depression?
I think starting to believe in myself and family. Family's the most important thing.
Mm,
Having people that actually love you and care for you and I got fans that, like, it's almost like a bond, like they are family. Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
kinda crazy. I've met some people out there that are fans that become really close friends, and I'm really, really picky on who I let in my circle.
yeah, yeah, I bet. So, um, talk to me about you mentioned that you started having problems for a little while, with your wife because you were apart so much. So, what would be the advice if you got somebody like pro wrestlers are traveling all the time? Uh,
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why 99%, 98% don't their marriages don't last.
yeah, yeah. What advice would you give to somebody who maybe is struggling?
You gotta take time and talk and, like, spend time. That's something that you gotta make.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to be an athlete or somebody's in the movies or someone that's gone a lot to stay married because you're apart so much.
yeah.
But
Is there
once
also
our mom started and we traveled and done things together, it all worked out.
oh, okay, so taking her along with you,
Exactly.
yeah, spend that time together. It's interesting too. I wonder, and you can tell me, you do I can tell you can do some self-reflection. When you're somebody who is so driven, that can be hard on a spouse, right? When
Oh,
you
without a doubt. I mean,
yeah.
without a doubt.
Have you had to
I mean, I'm blessed just that she's still with me because I'm probably a hard person to live with.
Yeah, well, I know
Probably
what
behind me snickering, going, "Yeah, that's right."
yeah, right? Yeah, but, so you got through those hard times. Do you feel like the growth I mean, do you feel like now the marriage is even better than ever because you went through that, or is it more like, "I wish I never
I
did?"
really believe so. It really is. We got a really good relationship now. I mean, yeah, who don't have problems,
Sure.
but I mean, we've been together 40 something years longer than we've been like apart.
Yeah. Man, you made it. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we made it. Yeah. Not many
Yeah.
people, married 40 plus years.
That's true, that's true, and so, what do you think has been if you could I'm sure there's a lots of things, but if there was, like, one thing about, your relationship that you think made it work through those tough times, what do you think it was?
She's just a great individual. I mean, she's a super person. People meet her, they like her better than me. And I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I really got lucky. I mean, that's a lot to do with it.
Yeah, yeah. So how is it okay, you tell me then, how is it when you get those flashes of, those quick flashes, bursts of anger, and then you get over it real quick? How does the family handle that?
Well, my grandkids, one's autistic, and they're 13. How old are they're 14 or 13, Lib. They're 14.
Mhm.
So, kind of my way to tell them, I go, when I get mad like that and holler, it just makes my balls tingle and makes me all happy again. So that's why I don't last very long. So, I mean, yeah, you just got to be able to explain it to them and talk to them.
Yeah, yeah. Your grand
14-year-olds can understand that.
yeah, that's true, that's true. Excuse me, so, the autistic one, is it, verbal, like, kinda high functioning autistic, or is it
I got two grandsons that are autistic,
okay.
and one's very hard. You wouldn't even know it unless you're around him a lot.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
the other one's very autistic, he can talk.
mhm.
Do what, Lim? He's considered nonverbal, but he can talk.
Okay.
But I'm telling you what, people don't realize autistic, they're super smart.
Yeah.
And I've been doing stem cells, and, the company R3 I work with, I talked him into helping me get him stem cells.
Okay.
And within 3 weeks, we can already see a difference in his anger issues
Mm,
and, like, his speech. He'll like, before pizza was pizza, never no different. You couldn't consider him different, but
mm.
now he's saying it correctly.
Wow.
Um, and the intelligent level on autistic people if we could dig into that and learn more about it, he's one of the smartest kids I've ever seen. He can spell. When he was 3 years old, he could point at the planets in order and name them to get 3, but he couldn't talk, but he
Wow.
could name them.
Wow. That's awesome.
But you hand him a phone, I don't care how new of a phone, how high tech, he can operate it within 2 or 3 minutes.
Nice.
Like,
That's
I
aw
mean, order stuff from the internet. Like, he's done that.
yeah. Ordered stuff, yeah.
Even after they put a block on it to where you couldn't order stuff, he could still get by that block and order stuff.
Figured it out. That's
He
awesome.
just like, yeah, I can't explain how smart he is. He just
Yeah.
like, he'll watch cartoons in Spanish and other languages,
Mhm.
and the part that would normally be funny, he would laugh at it, so he knows what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
You
know how
said
many languages he can understand,
wow. You
but
mentioned
10 years old, he wears a diaper because he don't wanna go to the bathroom.
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting the way they process information is just so different. It's really fascinating. As we learn more about it, it's really interesting, how that works. Do
I'm 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 more excited now about seeing the next stem cell thing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's like, I can't explain stem cells, don't know how they work, why they work, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm
Mhm.
telling you what, on him, it's doing some remarkable stuff.
That's awesome. Where do you do
Like
it?
do what?
Where do you do it? Like, where do you get them?
In Tennessee.
Okay, okay.
The difference, I've always heard, you can't get real stem cells here in the US.
Mhm.
That's not true.
Mm,
The only difference between what they have here and what they have
mm,
outside the country, they can clone it and make more of it.
mm.
So it's the
Interest
exact same. You can just get a higher dose outside, but outside the country, it's not really real stem cells. It's something that they've cloned.
interesting. That's fascinating. Now
It's kind of like fake eggs.
you're doing, stem shells. Is that for your hip or your knee, or what are you doing it
My
for?
hip, my back, my neck, like, I mean,
And
I've
is that
abused
helping
my
you?
body, don't get me wrong. When you go from wrestling to kickboxing to, like, I've done stuff I shouldn't have done it at 400 something pounds.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I mean, you were at some point, you've always been between when you were fighting between 4 and 500 pounds, yet you were so athletic, and it's just so interesting how you can carry that weight, and it kinda caught up to you. Do you feel that now, now that you lost a lot of that weight, do you feel like you have kind of a new lease on life?
Oh, I mean, I went from 500 something pounds to 285.
Yeah,
Like, I was never in the whole time I fought, I was never under 300 pounds, ever.
yeah, yeah, and so now that when you got down to 285, I mean, how did you feel at that point?
Yeah, I feel great. I felt good before, once I was able to get up and move around, I felt great.
Right.
Uh, but, I even when I was fighting at 350, 400 pounds, I felt unbelievable like I do now, I feel great.
Mm,
I think it's all in your mind that you just gotta be able to push yourself, but, like, that's why I've always had really good cardio because I pushed myself, I would actually go out and run,
mhm. So
and then
so
running
you
on a treadmill also helps, which I would wish I'd done more instead of running on asphalt.
yeah, that would've helped your hips for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. So, with your driven mindset, I mean, you don't just shut that off, right? So now that you're not fighting anymore or anything like that, I know you're trying to get back and fight Tyson, but
I
what
want one more. I would love one more fight just to prove to people if you believe in it and you push yourself, you can do anything. People can accomplish, and I'm not talking politics. That's like a whole different level of like mind games there.
sure.
I'm talking about physically do something. You can accomplish anything in life if you really put the effort. People that are millionaires,
Mhm.
they're not sleeping until 7 or 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
No, they're not.
They're getting up early, they're going and doing stuff that other people don't want to have to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right, is I do a little bit of public speaking about success at schools and stuff like that, and I tell them, I go, "You just have to be wired a different way." I mean, I'm an attorney, I'm pretty successful, I've done this podcast, I did pro wrestling, I did a bunch of different things, I'm a, dad and all that with my 4 children, and I just told them I just tell people, "You just have to there is it's discipline, it doesn't matter how you feel, you get up I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm in the gym, and then I go to work, and I take my kids to school, and I pick them up from school, and I take them to their extracurriculars, and it doesn't matter how I feel, it just has to get done.
Yeah.
It's a have to life, not a want to life, right?
I
And
You know, if you stayed in bed till 9 o'clock every morning, you'd never be where you're at now.
right, exactly, and
You
that's
just gotta have that extra drive, just like when you're working out. You're sore, you're not feeling good, but once you get it done, you feel unbelievably better.
yeah. There is something to that's the thing I think that people don't understand is I've found that doing things that are hard, it's really only like, getting started that's hard. And then once you get past that, like, first few minutes, you get into it and you're good and you feel so much better afterwards. It's just getting out of bed. It's just getting in the car, going to the gym, starting on the treadmill. Then once you get going, it's easy. You
Well,
have
with me, a lot of it was, "You can't do this."
Mhm. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I had teachers in school actually tell my parents I was never gonna be able to accomplish anything in life,
Mm.
but to prove them wrong is the biggest gratification you can ever do. Or
I
when the
had
boxing critics say, "Oh, this 450 pounder can't do this,"
yeah,
and you knock out somebody you shouldn't be able to knock out, they come up with other excuses why I knocked them out, but
right,
still you accomplished what you shouldn't have been able to do.
right. And
And that
that's
is an amazing feeling when you can do something people say you can't do or shouldn't be able to do.
right, right. I'm the same way. I remember when I told my best friend I was gonna start law school, he said he'd bet everything he owned I wouldn't make it. That was about the best thing he could have said. And
Yeah,
so
I mean, like,
yeah,
you
you
didn't
know
think about it being a negative thing, but yeah, it kinda motivated you.
yeah, and that's the thing, like, a lot of people it's so interesting because so many people I run into so many people that, they give me I they give me all the excuses why they can't do something. And I go, "Well, yeah, then you're not gonna be able to do it."
Yeah,
If this is how you believe, I try to teach that to my kids, right? I try to tell them, I go, "God, like, I just wish you guys believed in yourself as much as I believe in you, because if you did, you'd be unstoppable." You know what I
that's what I
mean?
said. Yeah, that's what I told everybody when I was doing the show with Dallas. If
Mhm.
you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking like politics, like you can be president. I'm talking about accomplished realistic life things. If
Yeah.
you believe in yourself, you can do it. I mean,
Anything.
there's been people that's been paralyzed and they believed enough that they could walk and they end up walking.
Yeah. I I agree. It's so interesting when you think about it. I've done some speaking recently, and I talked about mindset and faith being kind of basically the same thing, right? Like the idea, whether you're religious or not, the concept is the same, right? They've actually
Yep.
done studies on it that have shown that if you that mindset can affect the external world around you, how you interact with it is based on your mindset. And so that's what I find so fascinating as I do more of these. I've done close to 200 podcasts now, a lot of successful people, and every single one of them have been like you, where they said, I just basically have kinda said, "Yeah, I just knew I could do it, and so I went and I did it." And it sounds so it's really fascinating how I don't wanna say it's easy, but it's like you if you have the determination, you can do anything, and I wish there were more people who believed that.
There is nothing. I mean, I'm not trying to talk big about myself or anything like that, but there is nothing that if I want to do it, I can't. Well, juggling maybe, but I really didn't want to juggle. I never
You
wanted to learn how to juggle, but if I
know?
wanted to,
Yeah.
I could juggle.
Key word
But
is you
like,
had to want it first, yeah.
yeah, I gotta want to be able to do something. If I want to do something, I can do anything. Like, I made my wife a desk for a Mother's Day present one time.
Mm,
Like, I'd never really worked with wood that much,
mhm.
but like, I made a desk that you couldn't tell it wasn't factory made.
Nice, nice. And
I
yeah,
mean,
and
it's built more like something from like I'd say 1800s, like back in the day when you had to wedge
sure,
things together and like.
sure,
But
sure.
it's amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful desk,
That's awesome.
but there's nothing somebody can't do, especially with technology we have now, like YouTube.
Yeah.
I hate watching YouTube because they go into it such a small little bitty thing. I'm going skip fast, skip fast. I want to see
Yeah,
how to do it.
yeah,
You
right.
know, But yeah,
Well,
you can do anything you want if you watch, like, making ink pens. I make homemade ink pens.
really?
And how that started was I had an antique shop, and this local guy made ink pens, and I wanted to put a bunch of them in the shop because they would sell.
Uh-huh,
He would make them out of, like, different things like wood and, stone, like, not stone, but, like, it's compressed stone, like, kinda like, from, like, a countertop type stuff.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
And he wouldn't, like he wouldn't let me buy a bunch of them at a discount, so I went on YouTube and started watching videos. I'm going, "Hmm, that'd be fun." Next thing I know, I got people coming calling me, asking me, like, I went into, like, the ivories and, like, the hippo ivory and stuff like that. The
Right.
really exotic, weird stuff that, like, there's a sea cow, it's called a Steller sea cow back from the 1800s, and the rib bones and things like that, they're finding them, and it was like it's like a walrus, but the size of a whale. And
Wow.
they become extinct quick because the sailors would kill them, and they were mated for life, but
Hmm,
after they'd eat them, they'd throw stuff overboard, and the bones were washing up, so I started making stuff out of them and, like, different materials other than wood.
that's fascinating.
And I mean, like, when I was having a hard time, like, not be able to work or do anything, that kept me survived. I mean, that's why I made them just to be able to buy food. I mean, and I love doing it. It's a hobby I still love doing.
Wow.
Like
Yeah,
alligator jawbones, I'd make pins out of the jawbones.
that's that's awesome. So, do you still sell them? Where do you sell them?
I don't have time. I'm doing so many appearances right now, I don't have time to really make any, but I
Yeah.
still have all my equipment. I'm not getting rid of my equipment. I still love making them.
Yeah, I saw that you weren't you just recently at WrestleCon for WrestleMania?
Yeah, I was there. I
Yeah,
I like shows like that. You get to meet the fans. You make a little bit of money, but it's more to me about getting to be around the people that help you survive.
yeah. Yeah, that's so cool.
Like, I'll be in, Massachusetts next weekend do what, love? What's the name? Where what town? It's what? Quincy? Quincy, Massachusetts, they're having a, fight, actual fights, and then they're gonna have a midget wrestling match.
Oh,
I
nice.
hope I don't offend nobody, I don't know, but the little guys,
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what, they're such talented wrestlers, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna referee the fight.
Nice. That's awesome.
So it's
Man,
gonna be a lot of fun in Quincy, Mass. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
it's so cool to see how, you were struggling so much for so long, and then now you just exude happiness, and you get to go out there and do this stuff, and that's just so cool to see.
Well, people don't realize if you can't walk and, you have to take a wheelchair down off the back of your van, just going to get a bottle of water.
Mhm.
I mean, now I can jump out of the van, run in, go get it, and come back out.
Yeah.
Life is so much better now. I mean, I'm having such a blast with life again. I honestly thought I might have had a couple years left back in to live.
Mm.
When you like think about old people in nursing homes, they're looking out the window waiting to die.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's where I was at.
Yeah. Wow. Well, let me ask you, I ask everybody a few questions, and I wanna be respectful of your time, so I'll get to them and, see what you say. So the first one is, what do you consider to be your biggest success in life?
I think my family, the bond we have.
Yeah.
My kids are all good. None's like in jail or like even if they were in jail, I still love them. But they've all turned out pretty good. The grandkids have all turned out pretty good. It's like the family bond. You're actually showing love. I mean, it's not a day that when we see any of the grandkids, everybody says, "I love you." A lot of families are not like that. I mean, I've been around a lot, and like some families don't even tell their people that they love them. And
Yeah.
that's my biggest advice to people. I don't know if that's one of your questions or not. Like, make sure somebody you care about, you tell them you love them and you care about them.
Yeah.
Because
That
life
that
is short. You don't know when it's going to end.
that's true. I like that. What would you say is your biggest failure in life, and what did you learn from it?
Oh, wow. I've had a lot of failures,
Yeah.
but I've overcome it by doing something to make it better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. When you talk about failures, like, would you consider, like, you had a few losses. those failures in your
I
mind?
don't consider that's not really a failure. I mean, anytime in life you're gonna have a loss, you're gonna have something not work out right.
Yeah.
I think a failure to me
Mhm.
is something you wanna do and you're too afraid to do it.
Mm, mm,
But I really haven't been there. If I really wanna do something, I'm gonna go for it.
yeah. Is there anything that you have in mind that you wanna do now other than fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah, that I'm serious about it. A lot of people don't think I am, but I really love to fight him because he can't take a punch. People don't realize that. Mike really he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong, I like Mike.
Mhm,
And we get along great. Um, but yeah, Mike, he's gonna come right at me, and he's
mhm,
not gonna be able to handle the power that would come back at him.
mhm,
A lot bigger than he is, and him and Mayweather. I don't know if that thing's ever gonna happen. Is a joke.
mhm.
The like, he kind of hurt boxing in a way when he fought. What's his name? Gooberhead.
Jake Paul?
Yeah, when he fought Jake, that I cannot believe the commission hasn't went in there and suspended both of them for rigging a fight.
Mm, mm,
I mean, Mike's even come out and said, "Yeah, it was like I had rules I had to go by. There
man.
shouldn't be no rules in boxing."
Right, right. Well, tell you what, Anthony Joshua
Now,
took care of that.
oh yeah, now Mike wants to fight him for real.
Oh,
I
yeah?
wouldn't want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it was a pretty big disappointment. I was really hoping for something, big there, and it didn't really happen, and it did look like Tyson was kinda holding back a little bit.
Oh, he was. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, man. So, but anything else? Is there anything that you got in your mind? You're like, I really would like to do this or that.
I don't know. I ain't got there yet. If I do come across something, I will definitely get back with you and let you know.
Alright, that's awesome. Okay, well, last question for you.
For the
You know
simple reason that if anything I've wanted to do, I've went for it as much as I can. I've tried to accomplish anything that I've ever wanted to do.
anyone ever talk to you about doing like like actually making a movie about you?
Not yet. I've had people write books about me, but there's a book out and it's selling really well, but it's got me on the cover and it's all Butterbean this, Butterbean that. But it's a totally different story than about me.
Okay,
I can't explain it, but it's out there on Amazon. It's like Butterbean. It has nothing to do with me.
interesting. I would love to see the movie. I would love to see the movie because they got so many of them now, biopics and stuff like that. I would love to see a Butterbean movie. That'd be great.
If the Tyson fight happens,
Yeah.
I guarantee there'd be a movie about the struggles I've went through to get where I'm at.
I
Because
hope
I've had highs and lows. Let me tell you, people don't realize that. A lot of people have had the highs and lows. People think I'm a multi-millionaire. It's not true.
Mhm.
There's been ups and downs. When you don't work for 7 or 8 years, a lot of the money goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Now, so the last question I have for you, well, actually, before I do that, I have to say though, have you noticed though that there's not a correlation between the money and the happiness?
Oh, there's not. No.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You can be miserable with money and you can be happy with money.
Yeah, it was interesting. I've been very successful, and I bought a house that I was my forever home, and I bought it, and I thought to myself, that was, this will be where the grandkids come. But one thing I noticed was now that the house is bigger, the kids have their spaces and they go away. And one of my daughters came back and said, "Wouldn't it be cool if I bought that old house that we had?" And I was like, a little 3-bed, 2-bath house. I was like, "You really were happy back then?" And she was. And it made me realize, there was a moment in my life where like I was chasing the things, like the
Right.
material thing, and it was so fleeting. And now it's all about experiences with my kids, you
Yeah,
know?
family is, I'm telling you, is one of the most important things in the world.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize it, and some people let one of my old managers, Art, like I talked about earlier, I've never heard him tell any of his kids or grandkids that he loved them,
Wow.
and that's why they hated me so much,
Mhm,
because at fights, he would come up and hug me, and, like, we had an actual relationship, like,
mhm, mhm.
almost like a father-son type caring about each other.
Yeah. Wow. Last question for you. At some point, way down the road, you are going to pass away. And when you do, there will be a funeral and someone will give your eulogy. What's the one thing you hope someone says about you in your eulogy?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. I care about people, and,
Mhm.
like, kids and things like that, I tend to care about more than adults. If
Right?
you make it the karma goes a long way.
Yeah,
If you can make the kid happy or the wife happy, things trickle down to make other people happy.
yeah,
A happier world would be such a better place. There's
yeah.
too much hate out there, it really is.
There really is. Too many people talking past each other and looking at their differences and not looking at the similarities, you know?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, I gotta tell you, this has been one of the cooler podcasts I've ever done just because, like, you've
Well,
had
do
such
me one favor.
yeah,
Call your kids tonight and tell them you love them.
I absolutely will. Every
Tell them
single
Butterbean said so.
I will. Hey, if
You
people
got
wanna
you gotta see a big response out of it. It's like, first they're gonna ask if everything's okay.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna be like, "Dad, are you alright? What's going on here? You're usually yelling at me too
Honestly,
much."
people I mean, if you tell your family you love them more, it's a good feeling, especially when you get it back.
Absolutely. Where can people find you if they wanna follow you?
I do have a TikTok. It's Butterbean. I have a blue check, so you know it's really me, and
That's
I
it.
answer as many questions as I can. Have Instagram. I don't get on there a lot. I have Facebook, same thing, but
Okay.
I've been taking a hiatus from all social media for a while. Sometimes you just got to.
Yeah, absolutely. It can take over. Well, like I said, man, this has been one of the cooler podcasts. I love seeing you happy. I love seeing you're healthy, and it's just been a pleasure. We'll have to do this again sometime for sure.
That'd be awesome. Sounds good. I mean, you have a really good podcast. I mean, the hour went by like really quick. It was really really good. I mean, you do a really good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For those who are listening, don't forget to subscribe. We got more stuff coming up. We'll talk to you later.